I'm sleeping on my friend's couch right now. And everyone's acting like I'm some kind of terrible person. When really, I was just being honest. Chapter 1. Marcus. Marcus did software development. Decent money, stable job, home by 6 every night. He was sweet. Really sweet. Too sweet. The kind of man who'd come home from a 10-hour shift and immediately start cooking dinner, asking about my day like he actually needed my approval to breathe.
How was the client meeting? Did they like the mock-ups?
It was fine.
I made that pasta you like, with the lemon cream sauce.
I'm not really hungry.
Okay, I'll leave a plate for you.
That was Marcus. Always accommodating, always asking, always waiting. And at some point, I stopped finding that sweet. I started finding it suffocating. Chapter 2. Tyler. Tyler worked at my co-working space. He'd just come back from backpacking through Thailand. Stories about sleeping on beaches, getting lost in Bangkok, actually living. Meanwhile, Marcus was asking if I wanted to split a Costco membership. Tyler started sitting near me during work hours. Then coffee. Then long conversations about art and creative direction and what it meant to actually chase something.
You're too talented to be grinding for clients who don't get your vision.
That's literally freelance life.
It doesn't have to be. You could build something real, something that matters.
Marcus thinks I should focus on steady income first.
Marcus thinks inside a box. You don't live inside a box, Nicole. Anyone can see that.
I nodded. Because finally, someone saw me. Not Marcus's girlfriend. Not the woman who split the grocery bill and remembered to buy the right brand of dish soap. Me. Chapter 3. The Confession. It was a Thursday night. Marcus had made pasta. Of course he had. The man meal prepped on Sundays like it was a religious practice. During a commercial break, I turned to him. Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I need to be honest with you about something.
Okay.
I've always hoped I'd end up with someone different. Someone more exciting. Someone who pushes boundaries. Marcus went very still.
Different how?
Like, you're amazing. You're stable and kind, and you never let me down. But I feel like I've been settling, and it's not fair to either of us.
Settling?
I didn't mean it like,
No. Say what you mean. Settling.
I think I need more passion, more fire. I stopped.
Say it.
You've never once made me feel the way I thought I'd feel. In 5 years. Not once. Not in bed, not anywhere. I feel nothing, Marcus. I've been faking it and pretending, and I'm exhausted from pretending. The silence was very long.
Okay.
Then he changed the channel. I thought we'd talk about it. He just watched TV until I went to bed. Chapter 4. The Boxes. The next morning, I left for a client coffee meeting. I came home around noon with takeout. The apartment was full of boxes. All my things, packed, neat, labeled. Marcus was sitting at the kitchen table with his coffee.
Your things. The lease is in my name. I'll handle removing you from it.
Are you serious right now?
You said you've been settling for 5 years. You said you've never felt anything, in bed or anywhere else. He looked at me. I'm giving you space to find what you actually want.
I didn't mean...
You meant every word. That's the thing about honesty. It means something.
Marcus, we can talk about this. We can fix this.
There's nothing to fix. You told me the truth. I'm doing the same. He stood up. I'll help you carry the boxes down.
You're not even going to fight for this?
Fight for what? For someone who's been faking it for 5 years? He picked up the first box. You should chase what you actually want. I mean that.
I stood there. He held the door open. I carried the boxes out. Chapter 5. Tyler's True Colors. I moved in with Ashley. And yeah, I started seeing Tyler. Why not? Marcus clearly wasn't going to fight for us. At first, it was everything. Spontaneous weekend trips, new restaurants, late nights talking about art and travel and possibility.
This is what life is supposed to feel like.
I know.
Marcus was holding you back. You can see that now, right?
Yeah, I can see it. But then, the trips. I was paying for them. All of them. The passion, it came with a temper I hadn't seen before.
I need to borrow some money, just until a project comes through.
How much?
500, maybe 1,000.
Tyler.
I'm good for it. You know I'm good for it.
He wasn't good for it. $3,000 disappeared over 2 months. Then he got fired from the co-working space for harassing another woman. My reputation went with him. When I confronted him about the money, about the lies, about all of it.
I think you should find somewhere else to stay.
Are you serious? After everything
I need space. My creative process is being blocked by your energy.
He used my words. The exact words I'd used on Marcus. And then he shut the door. Chapter 6. Blocked. I tried calling Marcus. Blocked. Texted from Ashley's phone. Blocked. Showed up at his apartment once, just to talk, just to explain, and he called building security.
Nicole, you need to stop. You're making it worse.
I just need 5 minutes with him to explain.
He doesn't want to hear it. He's moved on.
It's been 3 months.
Some people move fast when they're finally free.
His sister called me a week later.
I want you to leave my brother alone. What you said to him about never feeling anything, about faking it for 5 years, do you have any idea what that did to him?
I was just being honest.
You were cruel. There's a difference. And now you want him back because Tyler turned out to be exactly what everyone told you he was.
That's not...
Don't call him again.
She hung up. Chapter 7. The Wedding. 8 months later. Mutual friend's wedding. I walked in and saw Marcus across the room. New haircut, good suit, standing differently, like something had been lifted off him. Next to him, a woman. Sophie. Pretty, easy smile. The kind of woman who laughs like she means it. During cocktail hour, I crossed the room. Marcus. He turned.
Nicole.
I just wanted to say, Tyler wasn't what I thought. I was wrong about a lot of things. What we had.
Was you faking it for 5 years?
I didn't mean it like...
You said you never felt anything. In bed or anywhere else. 5 years and nothing. He looked at me evenly. I believed you. I still do.
Marcus.
You got what you wanted. Someone exciting, someone with fire. He glanced across the room at Sophie. I got what I wanted, too.
Can we just...
You got what you wanted, Nicole. Good luck with that.
He walked back to Sophie. She said something. He laughed. The real laugh. The one I told him I never felt anything from. I stood there for a moment. Then I found my seat and watched them dance. Chapter 8. After. I'm still on Ashley's couch. Still rebuilding. My freelance work is picking up slowly, but my reputation in the industry took a hit from Tyler's mess. Starting over at 32. Which wasn't the plan. I see Marcus's Instagram sometimes. Ashley still follows him. He looks happy. Really happy. The kind of happy that doesn't perform itself. It just exists. Sophie's in most of the photos. They went to Portugal last month. Marcus, who organized his closet on Sundays and meal prepped pasta and asked about my day in that quiet way I called pathetic. Marcus is in Portugal, and I'm on a couch. I keep telling myself I was just being honest. That wanting more doesn't make me a bad person. That Tyler was a con artist and I was naive. But I remember what I said on that Thursday night. 5 years and nothing. Not in bed, not anywhere. And I remember the way Marcus looked at me when I said it. Like I'd confirmed something he'd been afraid to ask. Maybe I was wrong about what I felt. Or maybe I was just wrong about where to look for it. That's where this story ends. Thank you for listening. If this one stayed with you, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications. See you in the next one.